So care for me, I know you be there for me. If ever something happen, you so down. Real one.
Get ready for the jaw-dropping truth. Trey Songz, the R&B heartthrob who once ruled the airwaves, vanished without warning. What drove him into hiding? Was it a scandal, burnout, or something more sinister? The shocking answer will leave you speechless. Join us as we reveal Trey Songz' dark secrets and the real reason he vanished from the spotlight.
She told me she ain't ready.
The true revelation. Trey Songz, a once beloved R&B artist known for his chart-topping hits and smooth vocals, now found himself embroiled in a series of troubling controversies that threatened to tarnish his carefully cultivated image. The initial rumors and allegations that surfaced cast a shadow over his career, causing fans to question their admiration for the man known as Mr. Steal Your Girl. However, it was the shocking accusations made by Savannah, one of Trey's alleged associates, that truly sent shockwaves through the music industry. Savannah's harrowing account of being coerced into an abortion and physically assaulted by Trey painted a disturbing picture of the artist's behavior behind closed doors. The allegations of violence and manipulation were deeply troubling, and the revelation that Trey had reportedly offered her huge money only added fuel to the fire. It was a stark departure from the image of the suave ladies' man that Trey had carefully cultivated over the years. As the scandal continued to unfold, more and more allegations against Trey came to light, further eroding his once pristine reputation. The once adored singer found himself facing a barrage of accusations and legal troubles that seemed to suggest a darker side to his persona. The public perception of Trey Songz shifted dramatically as the headlines that once praised his musical talents now focused on his alleged misdeeds. The downfall of Trey Songz was swift and relentless, as the once untouchable artist found himself mired in scandal and controversy. The peak of his success now seemed like a distant memory, overshadowed by the cloud of accusations that surrounded him. With each new revelation, it became increasingly clear that Trey Songz' legacy might forever be tainted by the scandals that had come to define him. Legal scandals. Most of these allegations didn't stop with his reckless behavior towards women. It carefully trailed from that to being physically aggressive at some point. In December 2016, following a performance at Joe Louis Arena in Detroit, Trey Songz found himself in a troubling situation as he was arrested and charged with felony assault against a police officer and misdemeanor aggravated assault for injuring a photographer. Reports indicated that the artist became agitated after his concert abruptly ended due to a strict 11:30 p.m. curfew at the venue, leading him to allegedly throw objects and ultimately strike an officer with his fist.
I'm a dog, I'ma eat that pussycat. I ain't gonna lie.
Then in August 2017, Trey Songz decided to plead guilty to 2 lesser charges of disturbing the peace to avoid a more severe punishment. As a result, he was sentenced to 18 months of probation, which also included the stipulation of undergoing substance screening and attending anger management classes. Adding to the drama surrounding Trey Songz, on January 22, 2017, actress and singer Keke Palmer made accusations against him, claiming that he had secretly recorded her and used the footage without her consent in a music video for a remix he did with Fabulous. The song in question was a remix of Pick Up the Phone by Travis Scott and Young Thug. Palmer further alleged that Songz engaged in harassment during the filming process, going as far as to say that she felt the need to seek refuge from him in a closet at one point. However, Songz vehemently denied these claims, stating that Palmer was fully aware that she was participating in a video shoot and that any footage captured was purely incidental, as he was not directly overseeing the filming crew. In an interview with The Breakfast Club, Songz expressed confusion as to why Palmer did not simply ask him to communicate with the video owners on her behalf, thereby avoiding any misunderstandings. The impact of Keke's revelations was profound. causing fans to see Trey in a different light and raising questions about his treatment of women. In 2018, Jawara Jeffries made the serious accusation that Songz had allegedly tried to unlawfully penetrate her with his fingers while they were at a nightclub in Miami. At first, Jeffries chose to keep her identity private by filing her lawsuit under the name Jane Doe. She also claimed that another woman at the same venue had disclosed a similar incident where Songz supposedly touched her inappropriately without her consent.
Up in VIP with all of my thugs.
Fast forward to 2021, it seemed that Jeffries and Songz had come to a settlement agreement of $10 million. However, this resolution was unexpectedly overturned by a judge later that same year. Following this development, Jeffries decided to refile her lawsuit, this time seeking a higher amount of $20 million in damages. Currently, Songz representatives are working to have Jeffries' case thrown out once again. They argue that one of Jeffries' attorneys, Ariel Mitchell, has allegedly been involved in witness tampering through bribery. The legal battle continues as both parties fight for justice in this ongoing controversy. Not long after Jeffries voiced out, another woman, Andrea Buera, came forward with serious allegations of assault against Trey. She claimed that he flew into a rage at a party, attacking her physically and even throwing her phone off a cliff. Andrea showed visible injuries, including a swollen eye during a press conference, but despite Trey surrendering to authorities, the case was eventually dismissed due to lack of evidence. Still, these allegations added to a growing narrative of misconduct surrounding Trey, leading to a shift in public perception. As more women stepped forward with accusations against Trey, including those from the music industry and his fan base, the once charming R&B artist found his reputation tarnished and his career in decline. Radio stations stopped playing his music, public appearances became scarce, and legal challenges mounted. The music industry and fans alike were divided in their reactions, with some voicing support for the alleged victims and others defending Trey. Keke Palmer continued to speak out, using her platform to bring attention to the issue of harassment and hold Trey accountable for his actions. A federal lawsuit was filed against Trey Songz regarding an incident that took place after a concert in Detroit back in 2016. According to the lawsuit, a police officer from Detroit claimed that he suffered a severe career-ending brain injury and had to undergo hip replacement surgery after allegedly being punched by Songz. The officer stated that after the altercation, both he and Songz fell to the ground, with the singer landing on top of him, causing the officer to hit his head on the concrete and injure his hip. Additionally, a photographer who was present at the concert and is also involved in the lawsuit claimed that he sustained a head injury when Songz allegedly threw a microphone stand at him. On January 24th, 2021, Trey Songz was taken into custody in Kansas City, Missouri, while attending the conference championship game between the Kansas City Chiefs and the Buffalo Bills.
I got a table waiting, what you think about a convo? And if you like it, baby, we can take it to the condo.
Reports suggest that Songz was heckled by fans and requested them to chill out. This confrontation led to Songz' arrest on charges of trespassing, resisting arrest, and assaulting a police officer. He was later released from custody the following day. Sources close to Trey Songz informed TMZ that he believed the officer had a bias against him even before the incident occurred and displayed aggression when approaching him. Another source mentioned that the officer's primary concern before the altercation was Songz and his entourage failing to wear masks despite being asked to do so. The Kansas City Police Department subsequently released security footage showing that the police had warned Songz and his group multiple times during various encounters, ultimately resulting in Songz being escorted from the seating area, where he allegedly struck the police officer first. A marred legacy. Rory, a host from the Joe Budden podcast, did not hold back in his criticism of Trey, directly likening him to R. Kelly and labeling him as both nasty and abusive. Rory claimed to personally know between 15 to 20 women who shared similar experiences regarding Trey. This strong denunciation from a figure within the industry had a significant impact, prompting the media to extensively cover these allegations and sway public sentiment against Trey. Outlets meticulously reported on each new claim, while social media erupted with indignation. Fans who once revered Trey began to reassess their support, leading to a detrimental rise of hashtags against him. The demand for accountability grew louder, and Trey's previously unassailable image in the music industry began to deteriorate rapidly. The repercussions for his actions were severe. Radio stations ceased playing his music, and his streaming figures plummeted. Concert promoters became reluctant to book him, fearing public backlash. Although Trey attempted to maintain a low profile, the harm was already inflicted, and the movement to cancel him was gaining traction, leaving little hope for his redemption. Trey made several efforts to orchestrate a comeback by releasing new singles and attempting to connect with his fans through social media. However, the reception was tepid at best. The public appeared unwilling to forgive or forget, and his endeavors to reclaim his previous success were unsuccessful. Concerts were canceled, and opportunities for collaborations with other artists diminished. The industry seemed to have turned its back on him, and even his most devoted fans found themselves in a state of conflict, unable to overlook the gravity of the allegations and their effects on the victims. Ultimately, Trey Songz' attempts to rejuvenate his career were in vain, as the trust and admiration that once underpinned his success had been irrevocably damaged. This outcome serves as a stark reminder of how swiftly circumstances can shift when hidden truths are revealed.
Baby, turn the lights down. I'ma turn you on when I get you to the...
Presently, Trey exists as a mere shadow of his former self, with a legacy marred by scandal and controversy. However, let us take a moment to revisit the origins of this narrative and know why his career took this unexpected turn. Birth and early life. Tremaine Alden Neverson, who is more commonly known by his stage name Trey Songz, was born on November 28, 1984, in Petersburg, Virginia. He is the son of Claude Neverson Jr. and April Tucker, who was only 17 years old when she gave birth to him. Coming from a military family, Trey was raised by his mother and stepfather. Because of his shy nature, Trey did not initially consider pursuing a music career. It wasn't until others recognized his talent that he began to see singing as a potential path for him. At the age of 14, Trey discovered his vocal abilities and started to explore his musical potential. Trey Songz had the opportunity to perform on stage, which caught the attention of record producer Troy Taylor. Taylor was introduced to Trey through his stepfather, who had a connection to Taylor from their high school days. By 2003, Taylor had signed Trey to his label, Songbook Entertainment, in a partnership with Atlantic Records. This was the beginning of a future he least expected. Trey's career trajectory. After graduating from Petersburg High School in 2002, Trey moved to New Jersey to start working on his debut studio album. It wasn't until 2003 that the actual recording process began. During this time, Trey released several mixtapes under the alias Prince of Virginia, including a track called Open the Closet, which gained regional recognition for him. Trey Songz' debut album, I Gotta Make It, was released on July 26, 2005.
You and me been past due. Nothing else matters.
The album debuted at number 20 on the Billboard 200 chart, selling 40,000 copies in its first week and eventually reaching total sales of 300,000 copies in the United States. The lead single from the album, Gotta Make It, featuring Twista, was released in March 2005 and made its way to number 87 on the Billboard Hot 100 and number 21 on the Hot R&B Songs chart. Despite its notable success within the R&B and urban music circles, the project unfortunately did not resonate significantly with mainstream audiences. The album's second and final single, Gotta Go, was released in July 2005 and managed to reach the number 67 position on the Hot 100 chart and number 11 on the Hot R&B Songs chart. surpassing the performance of his debut single in both the R&B and mainstream sectors. This was seen as a positive achievement for the artist. Following the conclusion of promotional activities for his debut album, he was featured on the lead single from Twista's fifth album, The Day After. The single, titled Girl Tonight, was a major success, reaching number 14 on the Hot 100 and number 3 on the Hot R&B of Hip Hop Songs chart. This marked a significant accomplishment for the artist and further stabilized his place in the music industry. In the middle of 2006, Songz began working on his second album, collaborating with longtime associate Troy Taylor and enlisting the talents of notable producers such as Brian, Michael Cox, Danja, Stargate, and R. Kelly to contribute to the project. Trey aimed for this album to have more mainstream appeal compared to his debut release. His second studio album, Trey Day, was officially released on October 2nd, 2007, and debuted at number 11 on the Billboard 200 chart, with the first week sales of 73,000 copies. To date, Trey Day has sold 400,000 copies in the United States, making it his second album not to receive certification from the RIAA. Initially slated for release on May 8, 2007, the album faced several delays to ensure a successful single would precede its launch, as the lead single did not have a significant impact on the charts.
To see you here, we both know it's been.
Regardless of these challenges, Trey Day ultimately proved to be a solid entry in Trey Songz' discography. In February 2007, the lead single from his second album, titled Wonder Woman, was released to the public. Irrespective of its release before the album's launch, the single only managed to reach a position of number 54 on the Hot R&B song chart and did not make a significant impact on the Hot 100 chart. Due to the underperformance of this single, the release of his second album was delayed from its original May 2007 till October of that same year. However, in August 2007, the album's second single, Can't Help But Wait, was introduced to the public as a way to promote both the album and the soundtrack for the film Step Up to the Streets. This single proved to be much more successful, reaching number 14 on the Hot 100 chart and an impressive number 2 on the Hot R&B Songs chart. This marked Songz' first entry into the top 20 of the Hot 100 and significantly boosted the album's sales. The success of Can't Help But Wait even earned Songz a nomination for Best Male R&B Vocal Performance at the 2008 50th Grammy Awards. Following the success of Can't Help But Wait, the third single from the album, Last Time, was released in January 2008. While it only reached number 69 on the Hot 100 chart, it managed to climb to number 9 on the Hot R&B Songs chart. The fourth and final single from the album, Missin' You, was launched in May 2008, but unfortunately did not chart at all. Though he never won the accolade, Songz received a nomination for a Betty Award for Best Male R&B Artist in the middle of 2008. The release of his second album and the success of certain singles helped establish Songz as a rising star in the R&B music scene during this period. In 2008, Trey Songz embarked on the production of his highly anticipated third studio album, enlisting the expertise of renowned producers such as Brian Michael Cox, Sean Garrett, Stargate, and Troy Taylor. With a clear vision of creating a more refined and sophisticated record compared to his previous releases, Trey poured his heart and soul into the project. Building anticipation for the album, Trey treated fans to a sneak peek with the release of a mixtape titled Anticipation in June 2009, which featured tracks that would eventually make their way onto his third album. Not stopping there, Trey also dropped another mixtape called Genesis during the summer of 2009, offering a glimpse into his musical journey from a young age. This mixtape showcased some of Trey Songz' earliest recordings from when he was just 15 years old. underscoring his unwavering dedication to music and the development of his craft over the years. Finally, on August 31st, 2009, Trey Songz released his highly anticipated third studio album, making it ready for critical and commercial acclaim. The album debuted at an impressive number 3 on the Billboard 200 chart, boasting first-week sales of 131,000 copies. This was a huge milestone for Trey, as it marked his highest first-week sales to date. The album also became Trey's first album to enter the top 10 on the Billboard 200, marking his position in the music industry. The success of the album, Ready 5, didn't stop there. The album went on to surpass 1 million copies sold in the United States, earning Trey his first platinum certification from the RIAA in June 2014. This monumental achievement proved Ready as Trey Songz' inaugural platinum album and showed off his talent and hard work. Leading the charge from the album was the catchy single I Need a Girl, released in April 2009, which made waves on the Hot R&B Songs chart, peaking at number 5. Despite not achieving mainstream recognition, the track showcased Trey's presence in the R&B music scene. Following the success of I Need a Girl, Trey released a promotional single titled Successful, featuring rapper Drake, in June 2009. The track performed well on the charts, reaching number 17 on the Hot 100 and marking Trey's third entry into the top 20. Continuing the momentum, the second official single from Ready, LOL Smiley Face, featuring Soulja Boy and Gucci Mane, was released in August 2009. The track garnered attention on the charts, peaking at number 51 on the Hot 100 and number 12 on the Hot R&B Songs chart. Trey's strategic collaborations and irresistible sound made Ready a standout album in his discography, paving the way for even greater success in his career. The third single from the album, featuring Drake, was released in October 2009. It quickly climbed the charts, reaching a peak position of number 42 on the Hot 100 and an impressive one on the Hot R&B Songs chart. This marked a significant milestone for Trey Songz, as it was his first single to reach the top spot on that particular chart. Despite its success within the R&B and urban music communities, the single only received limited mainstream recognition. Nonetheless, it made its mark on the Billboard Hot 100 and dominated the R&B chart. Following the success of the album, Trey Songz released the fourth single, Say Ah, featuring rapper Fabulous, in January 2010. This track proved to be even more successful, reaching number 9 on the Hot 100 and number 3 on the Hot R&B Songs chart. Say Ah became one of Trey's highest charting entries on the Hot 100, and this stabilized his presence on the R&B Songs chart. Additionally, Trey collaborated with R&B artist Amerie on her song Pretty Brown, which served as the third single from her fourth album, In Love and War. The fifth and final single from Trey Songz' album, Neighbors Know My Name, was released in February 2010. It achieved a peak position of number 43 on the Hot 100 and reached number 4 on the Hot R&B Songs chart. Despite plans for a sixth single, Yo Side of the Bed, to be released in June 2010, it was ultimately canceled for reasons that remain unclear. However, a music video featuring singer Carrie Hilson was still produced and released. In late 2009, Trey Songz had the opportunity to serve as the opening act for Jay-Z during the Jay-Z Fall Tour. The album received a nomination for Best Contemporary R&B Album at the 52nd Grammy Awards in 2010, although it ultimately lost to Beyoncé's I Am. Sasha Fierce. On April 1st, 2010, Trey recorded an episode of MTV Unplugged, which later aired on April 26, 2010. Additionally, a documentary series titled Trey Songz, My Moment, premiered in June 2010, receiving positive reviews and high ratings. This 10-part series concluded in August 2010 and provided viewers with a behind-the-scenes look at Trey's experiences as the opening act on the Jay-Z Fall Tour in late 2009. Trey Songz' fourth studio album, titled Passion, Pain, and Pleasure, was officially released on September 14, 2010, marking a significant milestone in his music career. The production process for this album began in early 2010, with Songz collaborating with renowned producers such as Sean Garrett, Troy Taylor, and Stargate to create a collection of songs that truly reflected his personal experiences and emotions. Songz himself has described this album as his most personal work to date, showcasing a deeper level of vulnerability and authenticity. The lead single from the album, Bottoms Up, featuring rapper Nicki Minaj, was released on July 27, 2010, and quickly climbed the charts, reaching number 6 on the Billboard Hot 100 chart. This success showcased Bottoms Up as Songz' most successful single to date, eventually earning a 3-time platinum certification for its sales and streams.
Waiting on Nick, come pick you up, baby. Ooh.
Following the success of Bottoms Up, the second single from the album, Can't Be Friends, was released in August 2010, making obvious Songz' versatility as an artist. In addition to releasing his album and singles, Songz embarked on the Passion, Pain, and Pleasure tour on August 6, 2010, alongside singer Monica. This tour marked Songz' first headlining endeavor, with performances taking place in venues that could accommodate between 3,000 and 5,000 attendees. The tour not only showed Songz' vocal abilities and stage presence, but also allowed him to connect with his fans on a more intimate level. Songz contributed the track Already Taken to the soundtrack of Step Up 3D, which was released on July 27, 2010, along with a music video featuring his former girlfriend and professional dancer, Helen Gedlu. This collaboration added another dimension to Songz' music, blending his smooth vocals with catchy beats and captivating visuals. To cap off an already successful year, Songz made appearances at the 2010 MTV Video Music Awards on September 12, 2010, and also performed at the BET Awards 2011, which aired on June 26, 2011. These performances qualified Songz' status as a talented and dynamic artist, capable of captivating audiences with his music and stage presence. The release of Passion, Pain, and Pleasure, and the subsequent tour and performances marked a significant chapter in Trey Songz' career, showcasing his growth and evolution as a musician. On August 18, 2011, it was announced that Songz would be working on his 5th studio album titled Chapter 5. In an interview, Trey mentioned that the album, which serves as a sequel to Passion, Pain, and Pleasure, was approaching completion. He stated, "This marks my 6th year in the industry, so I've been here for quite some time.
I just knew you needed something more.
You can anticipate the best version of me that you have ever heard. Currently, I do not have any specific release dates in mind. I'm simply focused on creating music, enjoying my time in the studio, and having fun. There are several dream collaborations I hope to include on this album, but it is said that if you blow out your candle and make a wish, you must keep it a secret for it to come true." On November 28, 2011, coinciding with his 27th birthday, Songz released his Inevitable EP as a precursor to his album. The EP debuted with first week sales of 27,000 copies, securing the number 23 position on the Billboard 200 and number 4 on Billboard's top hip-hop R&B albums chart. As of October 18, 2012, the EP had sold 91,000 copies in the United States. In February 2012, Songz planned to embark on his Anticipation Tour to promote his mixtape Anticipation 2 and to generate interest in his upcoming album. Additionally, in July 2011, he was cast in Texas Chainsaw 3D in the role of Ryan, the male lead. The film was released on January 4, 2013. The 5th studio album by Trey Songz was officially released on August 21, 2012 by Atlantic Records fans were able to download the album digitally, starting on August 17th. To promote the album, Trey Songz embarked on his Anticipation Tour, a tour that spanned from February 9th to March 11th, 2012, traveling across North America. The tour featured rapper Big Sean as the supporting act, adding even more excitement for fans. The album made quite an impact upon its release, immediately debuting at #1 on the US Billboard 200 chart. This achievement marked a significant milestone for Trey Songz, as it was his first album to reach the coveted top position. Not only did Chapter 5 find success in the United States, but it also made waves in the United Kingdom.
I whip it straight back to the crib.
The album managed to reach a peak position of #10 on the United Kingdom Albums chart, spreading Trey Songz' popularity across the pond as well. By October 3rd, 2012, Nielsen SoundScan reported that Chapter 5 had sold an impressive 238,400 copies in the United States alone. The lead single from the album, Heart Attack, was released for digital download on March 26, 2012. The song performed well on the charts, reaching number 35 on the Billboard Hot 100 and number 28 on the United Kingdom Singles Chart. The music video for Heart Attack was released on May 4th, featuring Kelly Rowland as Trey Songz' love interest, adding a captivating storyline to the song. Following the success of Heart Attack, Trey Songz released the second single, 2 Reasons, on June 12th. The music video for this track premiered on BET's 106 in Park the same day, thereby enhancing the buzz around the album. Simply Amazing, another standout track from Chapter 5, was released in the United Kingdom on August 12th, where it peaked at number 8 on the charts. The music video for Simply Amazing, directed by Justin Francis, was unveiled on July 23rd, adding visual appeal to the soulful ballad. As if that wasn't enough, Trey Songz continued to captivate audiences with the release of Never Again as a single in the United Kingdom in November. The music video for this track made its debut on November 21st and showed Trey Songz' versatility and talent as an artist. Chapter 5 proved to be a monumental album for Trey Songz, marking his status as a powerhouse in the music industry. On June 20th, 2013, Trey Songz revealed during a radio interview that he had already recorded approximately 8 tracks for his highly anticipated 6th studio album. As a special Christmas Day treat for his fans, he surprised them with the release of a new song titled Nana through the Angel Network. Following this, in February 2014, Songz dropped another track featuring Young Jeezy called Ordinary, and also lent his vocals to the remix of Mariah Carey's hit single, You're Mine. Building up to the release of his album in March 2014, he unveiled the second single, Smartphones, giving fans a taste of what was to come. He continued his streak of collaborations, so on April 1st, 2014, 50 Cent released a single titled Smoke, which featured Trey Songz and was included in 50 Cent's 5th studio album, Animal Ambition. Finally, on July 1st, 2014, Trey Songz dropped his highly anticipated 6th album, Trigger, which made an impressive debut at #1 on the United States Billboard 200 chart, selling 105,000 copies in its first week alone.
So tell me when you're ready. I'ma speed it up for you just for...
After the success of Trigger, Songz kept the momentum going by digitally releasing the comprehensive album on May 18, 2015. This album combined tracks from the previously released Intermission EP, which had hit the shelves on April 14, 2015. Fans were thrilled to receive new music from Trey Songz, especially since it had been 3 years since his last full-length project. The album was finally unleashed on March 24, 2017, marking the return of Trey Songz with a collection of 15 tracks. The album was named after his birth name, Tremaine Alden Neverson, showcasing his growth as an artist. With each release, Trey Songz continued to maintain his status as a powerhouse in the music industry, But the unanswered question on everyone's mind remains, what does the future hold for him? And how will he possibly redeem his already tarnished image? A possible future. Trey has fought tooth and nail to cement his position as a notable figure in the industry. He has made sure that his name remains well known not only in the streets, but also within R&B circles. Despite his established presence, his current situation is marked by turmoil due to being entangled in various legal disputes that have complicated his public image. In light of these challenges, he has chosen to largely step back from the public eye, opting for a more subdued presence as he navigates through these turbulent times. The high-profile allegations leveled against him by individuals such as Keke Palmer and Andrea Boo have had a severe impact on Trey's reputation. His team has been working tirelessly to address these matters, but the effects on his public persona are undeniable. With a reduced presence on social media and infrequent public appearances, Trey has been trying to maintain a low profile. Despite issuing statements asserting his innocence, many of his fans remain skeptical. In the absence of Trey, the R&B landscape has shifted its focus towards the controversies surrounding him rather than his music. The future for Trey appears uncertain as the road to redemption seems daunting. While the music industry often allows for comebacks, the next thing everyone waits for is whether Trey can successfully navigate this challenging period, release new music, and make a return to the stage, or if this signifies the end of his prominence in the spotlight. If he wishes to reclaim his place in the industry, he will need to undertake significant efforts to restore both his musical career and his public image. If you enjoyed this video, like and subscribe, and also click the next video shown on your screen